coaching now. Um, why did you choose to go the coaching route rather than the playing?
Well,
Yeah,
those
let's
who
let.
can't do coach. No,
But
I'm just kidding. I'm just
but you
kidding.
can
I'm
do.
totally kidding. So it was a mix of things. So I actually hated playing hockey. I hated it. Yeah. I believe when I was 15 or 16, I wanted to quit. I wanted to stop playing hockey. I always wanted to be a gymnast.
Oh,
or a dancer, like something like that. But I had the skill to play high level hockey, so I stayed in high level hockey. And I got into loads and loads of fights with my parents about it because I hated playing, but obviously I was good and they wanted to see me go somewhere with it in life and whatever. So I tried to quit one year, and it was actually the same year I had injured myself or something, so I didn't go to tryouts. And I'm not trying to like pump my own tires here, but basically I didn't go to tryouts and I wasn't planning on playing, but like my life was like over. Like I was like not allowed to do anything else because I wasn't playing hockey. It was like a huge deal. And then eventually I was like, okay, fine, I'll play. And the coach is like, yeah, she has a spot. Like, don't worry. Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah, it's
I never went to tryouts like nervous to make a team. Like I always knew
wow.
I was on the team before the team was made. And rep hockey, the coaches contact you or your parents way before your season even starts. So you're already on a team
like you're
and
drafted, like you're
you're
pre-drafted,
the
basically.
coach, which you actually can't actually do, but they do.
Oh, you just gave out
Um
the secret.
yeah, they
All the hockey leagues getting
they
shut down and shit for
reach out
corruption.
and whatever, say, oh, I'm interested in your kid, whatever, to play on my team, whatever. So yeah, but I absolutely hated it. I never wanted to had the aspiration to play Team Canada. I never wanted to play university hockey, none of it. Um and I
Sorry,
remember,
I just want to say quickly, Kel. Sorry, like
yeah,
just for context, like Kel, we were talking. I was talking about this with our dad today, and like Kel, we think that Kel has the talent to, like, you could have made Olympic level hockey if you had the drive to do it. Like you played with Victoria Bach. She's on the women's Olympic team. She was on one of Kel's teams one year. And so we always talked about, like, you have the talent and like the grit to play. You just didn't want to. Like, you didn't want to
you
play
know,
for that reason.
no.
Is it because your chirps weren't good enough?
Yeah, it's
For
because I
the
was sick of
elite
Nice
my
one,
level.
Dan.
bandanas being made fun of.
Yeah, that takes a toll. No,
Yeah.
that leads me to two questions. One, I mean, Matt saying that probably emphasized my question even more. Okay, if you hated playing hockey, like there's got to be a part of you that didn't hate it because you can't be good at
It
something
was
you
my
hate,
friends.
right?
My
What do you
friends.
mean?
I I
Like
have
on the
the
team.
same friends. Yeah, like it's the girls I played with. Like
That pushed you?
they were my saving grace. Like, fine, if I had to play, at least I had my best like hockey girlfriends that I got. For rep hockey, I was literally on the ice between 4 to 6 times a week. Off ice training, on ice training, 2 games a weekend. Like you didn't get to have, I missed out on sleepovers, on,
Hmm.
extracurricular at school because hockey always took precedent. It was stuff like that that like it just, obviously when you're a teenager too, right? Like you want to go hang out with your friends, whatever, but it was always, no, you have hockey tomorrow
Hmm.
morning early. No, you have a game tonight. No, whatever, which gets like super frustrating when you just want to like hang, and especially when you have a group of friends who don't play competitive sports that are always like, oh, we're hanging out, oh, we're going to the mall, we're doing this, we're doing that. And it's like, all right, well, have fun. I have to go to hockey again today for the third time this week. Like, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? You just kind of get over
Hmm.
it.
It became a
But then
chore.
I had girls who like sleep, ate, breathed hockey. Like 6 a.m., I'm going to go for a run. Then I have an hour, shooting lesson. I never did any of that. I never did extra power skating. I never did any shooting clinics, nothing. Summers camp for hockey, yeah, right. Only if I was forced to do it by like my coach. There's no way I did any summer training. No way. No way. And I vividly remember we had a training camp, a pre-training camp that was led by gold medalist Olympic players. And they talked about, you know, the drive and what it takes to be an Olympic player. And the one girl was like, my legs were so swollen after training camp, I couldn't even put my jeans on. I'm like, why the hell would you put yourself through that for this sport? Like, no way. Like, it never appeased me to do that. That was just never my story. And then even when I was older and like got reached out for scholarships or whatever it was, it just wasn't even in my cards. Like, I just didn't think about it. And then when I got my really bad concussion, it was just off the table anyways, because there's no way that I would play a sport that I could do that. I did finish my season, but that was it.
So what do you attribute your skills to then? Because if you didn't have the drive to push yourself to get better every day,
Yep.
were you just that good? Just got out of bed.
I guess, like,
it's
hard.
Really good.
It's hard for me to comment on it because I've never like watched myself play. Like now when I coach, I can watch people and say, oh, they're a good player because ABC. I can say, as I'm a coach now, I have great sense of the game, which you can't teach. That's a huge difference. Just have that. Yeah, that's a huge difference between house league players and rep players is hockey sense. It's very hard to teach that. Some kids just get the game. They just know how to play it, and it's hard to coach that. Shooting, skating, any of that stuff, you can get better at that with practice and hard practice and, you know, working at it continuously. You can't get better at hockey sense if it's something you just don't naturally have.
It's almost like it's like chess. Like, you can be good at chess, but there's always going to be the people who can read what's going to happen before it happens. And that's where, like, you'll see people just like how they always seem like they're in the right spot. And it, you know, I think you can attribute this to not even just hockey, but most sports. Like, I don't know, Lee, in martial arts, like, are there people who just have like an intuition or a sense that they don't necessarily have the talent yet, or, you know, the skills, but you can just tell that they understand and how to read what's going to happen.
Someone who's 100%. Starting or not as good, exactly like you're saying, to that skill, but you can tell, you're like, this kid's gonna, like, this kid's got it. Like, they can do. Yeah, it's the same. And the other part of my personality is I give everything I have with what I'm doing. So even though I hated it, I'm not gonna go on the ice and like, well, whatever, because I'm already there. Like, I have to be here. I might as well do it. And it was fun on the ice. Like, I had fun playing it, but I hated the commitment it took to play that level.
I see.
Right?
I see.
But like, I love playing hockey. I love it, but I hated the commitment it took. Yep. But then it wouldn't be fair for me to go play house league because it would be like boring.
Like, it wouldn't be even
It'll almost be boring because there's no competition, right?
Yeah.
So